Hi, I am Luke Wade. I am on the sales engineering team at Insightly. And today we are going to take a look at two different integration options between Insightly and QuickBooks Online. The first is our native integration, which is free, and that gives you a quick snapshot of your QuickBooks account and activity for specific customers, organizations, etc. in Insightly. The second is a more customizable and powerful integration that was built using Insightly's AppConnect integration platform. So let's get started. So we are looking at the Insightly CRM homepage right now. Your homepage is going to display the most recent dashboard that you looked at. These are very easy to customize to share with your team, just like everything else in Insightly. And what I first want to quickly touch on is our free native connection, our free native integration with QuickBooks Online. And I mentioned just a minute ago that we're going to take a look at how easy that installation process is. So I am going to navigate to System Settings here. And if I scroll down near the bottom of the list, there is an Integrations section. And if I go to my Integrations list, we see that I'm presented with the option to install this native integration with QuickBooks. So I'll go ahead and click that Install button. Before making my connection, I have the ability to make this integration visible to everyone that uses Insightly at my organization or to select users. And we'll just go ahead and make this visible to everyone. I will click the Connect to QuickBooks button here. And because I'm already logged in to QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks prompts me to give Insightly permission to connect, which I will do so. And we are now connected via our free native integration. And this gives you quick insight into your QuickBooks Online account and activity. So to show you how that works, let's take a look at a contact here. So I am going to navigate to my contacts and we will pick Chris Chin. If I open up Chris Chin, by default, I land on the Details tab, which has all of the relevant information about Chris Chin. And you'll notice that there is a QuickBooks icon over here. If I click on that, I am prompted to link this contact with the QuickBooks Online contact, Chris Chin. And you'll notice this integration automatically provides me with a suggestion based on an email address match. So we see Chris Chin here is a QuickBooks Online contact. If I add this link, that will bring up our native integration dashboard, which shows me some demographic information about Chris Chin, the company he's associated with. We have some aggregate measures on the right, like open, overdue, and revenue coming in for Chris. And then if I scroll down, we have line item tabular data on invoices, estimates, and payments for Chris Chin. This can be filtered in different ways. And we can see here that we have due dates, we have the balance, the total, the status of these different items. And I also have the ability to open any of these items up in QuickBooks Online with a single click. So that is our free integration option, our native integration with QuickBooks Online. And now let's take a little bit more of a deep dive and walk through an example that's possible with our integration platform, AppConnect, to carry out more sophisticated workflows between Insightly and QuickBooks Online. And what I'm going to do over the next few minutes is I am going to create a new opportunity in Insightly. I'll generate a quote from that opportunity, and I have an integration set up that will automatically take the information from that quote in Insightly and create a new invoice in QuickBooks Online using that information. So let's go back and pick a different contact here. I am going to use Catherine Warren. If I open up her contact page, we see that she is an employee of Clampett Oil and Gas. Let's go ahead and open up that organization page, and we will create a new opportunity for this organization. So At the top right, there is an actions menu, and we are going to add a new opportunity. We'll call this Clampett Oil and Gas Cat Warren. We will add Catherine Warren as the primary contact for this opportunity here. And we will also assign a pipeline, and we'll say that this is a new business deal. When I click save, that creates and automatically opens my new opportunity for me. As you can see, this opportunity has been assigned to my new business pipeline. These pipeline stages are completely customizable, just like everything else in Insightly. And before I generate a quote from this opportunity, I'd first like to add some products to the opportunity. So from the related tab, we can see that I have the ability to set a price book in the event that I have different price books for different markets, for different lines of business. So we'll go ahead and use my solar products price book. Now that that price book is set, I have the ability to add products, and I will add a few here. So we will add, let's say, 12 commercial ground mounted panels. We'll add 15 residential ground mounted panels, and let's add 30 rooftop panels. I'm going to save my products, and you'll notice that still on the related tab for this opportunity, we now see my products, quantities, unit prices. So I'm now ready to generate a new quote for this opportunity. And what I'll do here is I will click the new quote button. This quote is automatically named. And as you can see, we are automatically pulling in information from the organization as well as the contact. So I'll click save here, and we've now generated a new quote. On the details tab of this quote, we have the associated organization, opportunity, as well as contact, Catherine Warren here. And on the related tab, we see all of the quote products that we added just a moment ago. The integration that I have set up uses a custom button in Insightly, which you can see here at the top right, which fires off this integration for me that's going to generate a new invoice in QuickBooks Online using this information. So I'll go ahead and click that button. We see a pop-up screen here letting me know that the selected record was successfully sent to my integration recipe. So I have kicked off my integration workflow here. And what we've done is we've collected our products, our prices, our quantities, as well as customer information. And we have used AppConnect to pass those over to QuickBooks Online and create a new invoice. So now if I navigate back to the related tab, you'll notice that currently there are no QuickBooks invoices that are linked to this quote because we just ran that integration. If I go ahead and refresh here, we see that we have created a new record of this QuickBooks invoice that was generated via the integration that we just ran. We have the invoice amount, which of course matches the grand total of the quote. We have a link to that invoice in QuickBooks Online that we just created via integration. If I click on that, that will open up the invoice for me in QuickBooks Online. And here we see that we have all of our customer information for Catherine Warren, including her billing and shipping information, the invoice date, which is today, the due date, and all of the products, quantities, and prices that were automatically transferred over from the opportunity and the quote in Insightly. Another nice thing is you can customize this flow of information and configure it however you'd like. So if I jump back into Insightly here and we open up the contact record for Catherine Warren, on the related tab, again, we see that invoice that we just created here via our AppConnect integration. And we also have another section here, which is purchases. And this allows you to quickly see the products that a contact or an organization has purchased in the past, including purchase date, price, quantity, and whatnot. We have that same information at the organization level. So if I pull up the organization page for Clampett Oil and Gas, on the related tab, again, we have that associated invoice, as well as those purchases with all of the relevant purchase information. I want to wrap this up by showing that you can also use the native integration in conjunction with our AppConnect integration. So even though everything that we've done over the past few minutes has used AppConnect, we still have that QuickBooks icon where we can very quickly see a snapshot into our QuickBooks account and activity for a contact or an organization. So if I open up the native integration display for Catherine Warren here, again, we have a aggregate dashboard at the top, and the top row in this list of tabular data shows the invoice that we just generated for the price. Of course, the invoice is open because it hasn't been paid. And I have the ability to open up that same invoice from here as well. We have looked at two integration options. To review the first, we gave you visibility into invoices, payments, and estimates using our free native integration with QuickBooks Online. You can see what's coming in. There's visibility among your different teams, and there's fewer errors and accurate tracking of revenue with automations. Again, this is part of the Insightly CRM subscription fee. There are no additional fees for that native integration from the Insightly side or the QuickBooks Online side. The second option, which we looked at in more detail, used Insightly AppConnect, which is our integration tool, and that is licensed separately. That integration option is virtually limitless and can be truly customized to meet the needs of your business. If you have any questions or you would like to see more, please reach out to the Insightly sales team. Thanks and have a great day.